Most people think investing is some exclusive club for the rich, the experts, the guys in suits yelling on a trading floor, and that you need thousands of dollars and a finance degree just to start. That belief is costing them a fortune, because it keeps them on the sidelines while their money quietly loses value, and every year they wait, they lose growth they can never get back. Here's the truth: you can start investing today, in about 10 minutes, with as little as $100, right from your phone, and you do not need to be an expert or pick a single winning stock. In fact, the simplest approach beats most professionals. In the next few minutes I'm going to walk you through exactly how to make your very first investment, step by step, the 3 simple steps to go from never having invested, to your money actually working for you. I'll cover what investing really is, the myths that keep beginners frozen, the exact 3-step path, the honest fine print, and precisely what to do tonight. By the end, the mystery will be gone, and you'll know exactly what to do. Let's begin. Welcome to Money Decoded. So let's clear up what investing actually is, because it's far simpler than it sounds. When you invest, you're using your money to buy small pieces of things that grow in value over time. The most common example is buying tiny shares of businesses. When you own a share, you literally own a small slice of that company, and as it grows and profits, your slice becomes more valuable. That's it. You're putting your money to work so it can earn more money, instead of sitting in a bank account slowly losing value to inflation. And here's why this matters so much: it's the engine of compounding. The returns your money earns start earning their own returns, and over years and decades, that snowball can turn small, regular amounts into life-changing wealth. This is the single most powerful tool ordinary people have to build real wealth, and it's available to almost anyone. The problem is that most people never start, either because they're intimidated, or because they believe a few myths that simply aren't true. So before I give you the exact 3 steps, let's knock down those myths, because they're the only real thing standing between you and your first investment. Let's destroy the 4 myths that keep beginners frozen on the sidelines. Myth 1: you need a lot of money to start. Completely false. Today you can begin with as little as a few dollars, because most modern apps let you buy fractional shares, tiny pieces of investments. $100 is more than enough to start building the habit. Myth 2: you need to be an expert and pick the right stocks. This is the big one, and here's the freeing truth: you do not need to pick individual winning stocks at all. In fact, trying to is how most beginners lose money. There's a simple approach that lets you own the whole market at once, no stock picking required. Myth 3: investing is just gambling. Gambling is betting on random chance. Investing in the broad market is owning a piece of the entire economy, which has trended upward over the long run for over a century. Over decades, it's the opposite of a gamble, it's one of the most reliable wealth builders there is. Myth 4: I need to wait for the perfect time to buy. Nobody can time the market, and waiting usually costs you more than it saves. The best time to start was years ago, the second best is today. Now, here are the exact 3 steps. Here it is, the entire path to your first investment, in just 3 simple steps. Step 1: open an investing account. This is usually a brokerage account or a Roth IRA, and you can open one in about 10 minutes on your phone with a reputable, low-cost provider. This account is just the container that holds your investments. Step 2, and this is the secret that removes all the fear: choose one broad, low-cost index fund. Instead of trying to pick a winning company, an index fund lets you instantly own a tiny piece of hundreds of the biggest companies at once, with a single purchase. A total market or S&P 500 index fund is the classic choice. You stop trying to find the needle, and you just buy the whole haystack. It's simple, the fees are tiny, and historically it's grown steadily over the long run. Step 3, make your first purchase and then automate it. Buy that fund with your $100, then set up a small automatic investment every month, so you keep buying consistently without even thinking about it. Open an account, buy one index fund, automate it. That's the whole game, and you can literally start tonight. But there's some honest fine print you need first. Now the honest fine print, because investing works beautifully, but only if you do it right. First, this is long-term money. Investing is for money you won't need for at least 5 years, ideally much longer, because it needs time to grow and ride out the ups and downs. Do not invest your rent or your emergency fund. Second, the market will drop, sometimes sharply, and that is completely normal. The single biggest mistake beginners make is panic selling when they see red, which locks in losses. The people who win are the ones who stay invested through the dips and keep buying. Third, keep your fees low. Check the expense ratio of any fund and keep it very small, because high fees quietly eat your returns over decades. A broad, low-cost index fund handles this for you. Fourth, and this is important, make sure you have a starter emergency fund before you invest aggressively, so you're never forced to sell your investments at a bad time to cover a surprise. And avoid the hype. If something promises fast, guaranteed, or secret riches, run. Real investing is boring, slow, and reliable. With that honesty in mind, let's get you started tonight. So here's your first move, and you can do it tonight. Open your investing account. Choose a reputable, low-cost brokerage or a Roth IRA. Most people can do this right from their phone in about 10 minutes. If your goal is long-term and retirement-focused, a Roth IRA is fantastic because your money can grow tax-free. If you want more flexibility, a standard brokerage account works great. Either one is just the container. Once it's open and funded with your $100, or whatever you can start with, make your first purchase. Buy one broad, low-cost index fund, like a total stock market or S&P 500 fund. Search its name or ticker, enter your amount, and hit buy. That's it, you're officially an investor, and you own a slice of hundreds of the world's biggest companies. I know it can feel scary the first time, but the hardest part is simply starting, and once you've made that first purchase, the mystery disappears forever, and you'll wonder why you waited so long. Open the account, buy the fund, own the market. But to actually build wealth, you need the second move, and it's the most important one. Your second move is what turns a single $100 purchase into real wealth. Automate your investing, and then stay the course. Set up an automatic investment, where a set amount, even a small one, is pulled from your account and invested into your index fund every single month, automatically. This does two powerful things. First, it removes willpower and emotion from the equation. You invest consistently no matter what, so you never forget and never try to time the market. Second, it uses a strategy called dollar cost averaging. Because you buy automatically every month, you naturally buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they're high, which smooths out the bumps over time. Then comes the hardest and most important part, doing almost nothing. Leave it alone. Don't panic sell in a downturn, don't constantly check it, don't chase whatever's hot. Just keep automatically buying and let compounding work its magic over years and decades. The investor who quietly automates and stays patient will crush the one who constantly tinkers. Be boring, be consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Automate it, and leave it alone. Let's lock in your first step tonight. Let's make this real with 3 moves tonight. First, choose and open your account. Pick one reputable, low-cost provider, a brokerage or a Roth IRA, and start the sign up. Just beginning the process breaks the biggest barrier, which is inertia. Second, decide on your first fund and your starting amount. Plan to buy one broad, low-cost index fund, an S&P 500 or total market fund, with whatever you can comfortably start with, even just $100 or less. Third, set up your automatic monthly investment, even a small recurring amount, so your very first purchase becomes an ongoing habit instead of a one-time event. Open the account, pick your fund, automate the habit. If you do only one thing tonight, just open the investing account, because that single action, opening the door, is the step 90% of people never take, and it's the only thing standing between you and years of growth. Everything else gets easier once that account exists. Take 10 minutes tonight, and start. So let me leave you with the shift that changes everything. For years, maybe your whole life, you've probably believed investing was for other people, richer people, smarter people, and that you needed a fortune and a finance degree to even begin. But now you can see the truth. The barrier was never money, or intelligence, it was simply starting. You don't need thousands of dollars, you can start with 100, or less. You don't need to pick winning stocks, you just buy the whole market with a simple index fund. You don't need to be an expert, you need to open an account, make one purchase, automate it, and be patient. That's it. Every single day you stay on the sidelines, inflation eats your cash and you miss out on growth you can never recover, but the moment you make that first investment, you flip from being a spender to being an owner, with the most powerful wealth-building engine in history working quietly for you. The best investors aren't the smartest, they're the ones who started early and stayed consistent. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. Take 10 minutes tonight and become an investor. Now, the real magic behind all of this is compound interest, and I made a full video showing exactly how it turns small amounts into fortunes. Watch it next. So let's bring it home. Investing isn't an exclusive club, and it isn't complicated. You can start today, in about 10 minutes, with as little as $100, right from your phone. Remember the 3 steps: open an investing account like a brokerage or a Roth IRA, buy one broad, low-cost index fund so you own the whole market instead of gambling on single stocks, and then automate a small monthly investment and leave it alone to grow. Keep it long-term, stay calm when the market dips, keep your fees low, and never chase hype. That simple, boring approach is exactly how ordinary people build real wealth. Pick one move tonight, just open your investing account, because opening the door is the step almost nobody takes, and it's the only thing between you and years of growth. Now here's your perfect next watch. The force that makes all of this actually work is compound interest, and I broke down exactly how it quietly turns small, regular amounts into a fortune in another video. Go see it right now and keep the momentum going. Subscribe to Money Decoded USA. Real money help for everyday Americans, no hype. I'll see you in the next one.